Hey everyone, it's Michelle. In today's video, I want to talk to you all about a cosmetic procedure I recently had done, and that is Biorejuvenation Mesotherapy. I shared this photo on my Instagram stories a couple of days ago. As you can see, my face is swollen, it's red, and my neck, for lack of a better word, looks questionable. In short, mesotherapy is the micro injection of various active substances such as amino acids, vitamins, minerals, enzymes, hyaluronic acid, stuff like that. The main reason I decided to invest in this cosmetic procedure is to tackle dehydration. It is something that I've struggled with a lot in the past. I would say for around 8 years, around the time when my skin shifted from really oily skin, I'm talking you can fry an egg on my forehead type of oily, to all of a sudden so dry, so parched that I was convinced that I was no longer oily skin. I felt like I was a really dry skin type because it wasn't just the inner moisture of my skin that was so dry, but no matter what amount of moisturizer I would put on my skin, it felt like any water was evaporating, nothing was retaining it. So I always had to rely on very heavy moisturizers to really trap in that moisture. But the problem with that is that I was still breaking out, not necessarily from the heavy products itself. I would just be breaking out from hormonal reasons. The issue that would come from these thick products is the congestion. Now, congestion is not something I share about a lot because in the wintertime, I used to not really get it when I was going through this drier skin type. It was only during the summer that with a thicker moisturizer, I was noticing a lot of blackheads on my nose, in which case I would rotate a chemical exfoliant here or there for these specific areas. That's the history of my dehydrated dry skin for the past 8 years. However, it's been around the past year that I feel like the dehydration really came under control, where this past summer or spring, pretty much like the 8 months of the year so far, I've been able to use a gel cream type of moisturizer with zero issues. I never felt like I needed to add a lot of layers of moisture, especially during the warmer months. Whereas before, I felt like I always needed layers upon layers of moisture to really satisfy my skin's thirst. Now, you may be confused because I just said that this past year, the dehydration problem I've been experiencing for the past 8 years seems to have improved significantly, where I can just use a lightweight moisturizer. So why spend the money on a cosmetic procedure such as Biorejuvenation Mesotherapy? And the short answer is the aging process is catching up to me. I am turning 33 in December. I've always had a prevent and prolong approach to my skincare routine. I think maintaining the skin's moisture balance is a really important part of that. So come this fall, when the air started to become a little bit drier in my apartment, I noticed that the dehydration lines that I've been keeping at bay for a very long time are popping up more and more. And I find myself layering way too many products on certain parts of my face to alleviate those dehydration lines. Now, that's a really great trick in itself. When I see a dehydration line either on my forehead, my eye area, nasolabial folds, I just add extra moisture to those areas. The issue in return with that is the congestion. And I've noticed it this year in particular that my go-to moisturizer, the Bioderma Atoderm Intensive Balm, and my other ways that I approach acne-prone dry skin is not really working as well as it used to. I'm noticing a lot more congestion on my skin, and it's only when I take away those heavier products and go back to a gel cream that my skin doesn't experience that. However, because the air is dry, like I said, my skin becomes sensitized to that. So I am experiencing dehydration once again. Switching back to a gel cream has more or less been okay, especially because I have other layers of moisture in my skincare routine during this time of year. But still, the dehydration lines are coming back. They're not going away as easily, and I notice throughout the day they become more prominent. I know friends who do get mesotherapy on occasion just for maintenance and to keep their skin nicely hydrated. I also have friends who have done Botox, plastic surgeries, all that stuff, but I feel like that's a conversation for another video. In terms of mesotherapy, I have friends who have been doing it for a number of years now, and they just like how it makes their skin hydrated and glowy. So that's something I wanted to try ever since I first heard about it. So I thought, what better time to get it done than when I feel like I'm not having very good control over the dehydration lines on my face. I got it done about 2 days ago. As you can see, the marks are still on my face here. So I thought I would share with you quickly what my skincare routine is post cosmetic treatment. On the night of after getting the treatment, when my skin was the most puffy and red, that is when I just let my skin be. I didn't add anything to it. The dermatologist added an aftercare treatment cream and I just left my skin as is. The next morning, what I did is, instead of cleansing my face with water, going in with a moisturizing cleanser, I took a hydrating toner. This one is from Balea. It's the Beauty Expert Hydrating Toner with panthenol and allantoin. I poured a generous amount of this in a cotton round and gently wiped my face all over, as well as my neck, because I also got the treatment done here as well. After that, I follow up immediately with some type of repairing cream. The one I have here is the Avène Cicaphate Repairing Protective Cream. I have this and also some decanted La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm B5+. I've pretty much been rotating these in my skincare routine morning and night for the past couple of days just to see how the Avène compares with the La Roche-Posay. But more or less, they do the same thing, which is to just gently moisturize my skin, keep it nice and soothed, and help with the repairing process after this treatment. The repairing process is definitely easier than when I got the CO2 FRAXEL laser, even when I did professional microneedling in the past. This is pretty much the extent of what I'm dealing with in terms of post-treatment issues, which is the pigmentation I got from the micro injections. In terms of sunscreen, it's overcast. The UV index is 1 or lower. I'm not going outside unless I need to, and even then, the sun's already setting. So when it comes to sunscreen, not really wearing any as of now. I try to stay in as much as possible. But if I do go outside and it's sunny, I will be sure to wear one. That's it for what I've done in the morning. Now, in the evening, I take a low pH cleanser. This one came in high recommendation from my mother-in-law. It's the Vichy Fresh Cleansing Gel for sensitive skin. She says it's very gentle, and after she towel dries her skin does not feel tight at all, and it feels very comfortable and well moisturized. So I thought I would give it a try because part of me was feeling like some of the congestion that I was getting on my face was not only just the thick moisturizers I was using, but also the fact that I'm using quite a lotiony thick cleanser as well. So I thought it doesn't hurt to go back to the gel cleanser right now, especially when it's low pH. When I switch to a milky cleanser, it's more or less the feel that I like from those types of cleansers. It could also be that I used it too soon in the year. Maybe I need to wait until the dead of winter to go back to that cleanser. Otherwise, I've been using the Vichy Fresh Cleansing Gel in the evening, and it's been serving me well. Ever since I started using this cleanser, plus going back to a gel cream, I have noticed the congestion in my skin subside significantly. I don't see as many blackheads around my cheek area here or on my nose. The new routine has definitely been keeping those at bay. After I finish using this cleanser and towel dry my face, I notice my skin does not feel tight at all. It actually feels nice and soft, and that's a sign that this cleanser is doing its job, which is to provide effective yet gentle cleansing, not stripping my skin barrier. Once I'm done cleansing in the evening, I once again go in with some type of repairing cream, either the Avène one or the La Roche-Posay one. Again, depends how I feel. And like the morning routine, I may just apply some extra here or there, especially on the darker spots that are left from the procedure on my face and neck. I'll be doing this routine for the next few days because I will be seeing the dermatologist again to do a chemical exfoliating facial. I haven't done one of those since 2017, so I'm really looking forward to it. I really like how they make my skin look. I hope it'll also help with just fading this pigmentation a bit more. That's it for the post-care skincare routine. Now moving on to the short-term results. Have I noticed anything so far given that it's only been a couple of days. Now, the dermatologist said that on the third day, which is tomorrow after I'm filming this, that's when I will start noticing the glow. My friend who also gets biorejuvenation mesotherapy done says she notices the results within a week. What I can say for now, since getting the injection or booster a couple of days ago, is that my skin feels very comfortable. Ever since I got it, I don't feel any type of painful dehydration. Leading up to that appointment, I was actually trying my hand out at using just a facial oil as a moisturizer. So going in with layers of hydrating serums and then topping it off with a facial oil. I was using rosehip seed oil. Unfortunately, I experienced a lot of congestion on my nose and my skin felt dehydrated to the point that it was a little bit painful. So I was waking up with a little bit more tight skin than usual as a result of that experiment. But after getting the injection and just using a simple thin layer of a repairing cream, my skin has been feeling really good. I don't feel any tightness. My skin hasn't been feeling dry in the morning. So far, it solved that main concern. I also feel like my skin looks a smidge smoother. I find when my skin is nicely moisturized in general, my skin looks smooth. But there is something that feels a little bit more boosted from that mesotherapy. I also asked my husband if he's noticed any differences since I got the booster, and he said my skin does look a little bit more plump. It's kind of hard to tell again this early on, but he says he feels like that's like one of the main things he noticed. That's it for these very short-term instant results from this cosmetic procedure, Biorejuvenation Mesotherapy, otherwise known as a type of skin booster. What I'm hoping for long-term from this skin booster is that one, it really helps to keep the dehydration lines at bay. I don't have to layer so many products on my face to do the job. So basically I'm looking at my forehead, the orbital bone area, and my nasolabial folds for that. I am also hoping that the comfortable feeling lasts more than just a month and it really keeps the dehydration in general at bay. Thirdly, what I am hoping to see is some improvement in my tech neck lines over here. They're definitely not as bad as they used to be, especially after I got the CO2 FRAXEL laser. But in the meantime, I'm going to, again, keep my posture as best as I can, not look down at my phone all the time. Keep this area well moisturized, and let's see if the booster will do anything to soften the lines more. And that's pretty much it. Obviously, I also want a nice inner glow from this skin booster as well. That's what I hear people have, or what dermatologists say that their patients have when they get these skin boosters, is that they notice their skin's more comfortable and glowier in general. So hopefully I experience the exact same. That is it for this video on my experience so far with Biorejuvenation Mesotherapy. I'll be sure to update you all in the coming future as I see any changes to my skin from this cosmetic procedure. As always, I hope you find content like this helpful and informative. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a like, subscribe to my channel down below for future videos. Please leave a comment if you've tried mesotherapy before and what your experiences were, good or bad. I would love to read about them. All right, that's it. See you all soon. Ciao.